All right, coaches, we're gonna talk offensive habits. Again, you've got to have offensive habits that translate to the game. One of my favorite teams to watch is Villanova because it's obvious to see what they work on in practice every single day. You can completely tell what their offensive habits are. I'm just gonna give you two right here. I'm gonna give you the what, why we chose those particular habits, and how we teach those every single day. I think it'll be really helpful for you to think about it in those terms. All right, the two that we're gonna talk about today are, peeking at the rim. If you've ever been to PGC session, you've heard us talk about peeking at the rim. Oftentimes in practice, we say eyes to the rim. There's a multitude of reasons. So it's the what is the peeking or eyes to the rim and why we do it. All right, first of all, if Paul throws me the ball, let's say he passes it from the wing over here, every single time that my hands touch leather, I'm gonna peek at the rim. Well, what is this habit gonna do for me? It's a really simple, stupid habit. And we're like, oh yeah, of course players should do that. But honestly, most players don't. Most players catch the ball right here and they do one of these things, they do this, or one of my worst, the habits I hate the worst, they catch it and they immediately do this right here, but they never put their eyes to the rim. Well, what happens when I put my eyes to the rim? Whether it's here on the catch, okay? Or it's on a rebound that I get down here, or it's in the post when I catch it and my eyes go to the rim. What are the benefits of my eyes going to the rim every single time? Well, I make better reads, I make better decisions. Should I shoot it? Should I drive it? Should I pass it? Well, if my eyes go to the rim, I get better vision. I get to see the whole floor. A second thing that happens when I do this, I freeze the defense. Paul comes here on defense right here. When my eyes go to the rim, he thinks, so when I get him here, I'm gonna be a better driver because he thinks I'm shooting the ball. So he closes out a little bit harder and then my drives get better. Eyes to the rim, make your drives better. What else? What about if I catch the ball right here and then all of a sudden a cutter goes back door? I'm gonna find him. It's gonna be an assist. What if I catch right here and I do this and I just worry about Paul? All of a sudden a cutter goes through and like, oh shoot, I just missed him right there. So I'm gonna be a better assist guy. I'm gonna get better shots. I'm gonna make better decisions. I'm gonna put him in a more defensive situation so that I become a better off the dribble at beating him in one-on-one and creating opportunities for me and my teammates on the backside. That's just one simple thing.
Coaches, I keep seeing the same thing over and over. At every level of the game, coaches make three critical mistakes. As a result, they and their players suffer. I want to share those three mistakes with you along with what to do about it. Just click the link below this video to get your free copy. And when you do, we'll also send you our preseason team retreat, a plug and play resource that you can use with your team every year.
I take it down to the block like we were talking about a second ago. Every time our post players catch it, they peek at the rim. Well, what if there's a cutter right there? That's really important. That seems obvious. But what about if people come help? What if there's a double team coming? I don't see it right here if I'm in this situation. The double's coming right here, or the double comes from behind me. Paul come behind me right here. The double comes out here. I catch the ball. I do this, and all of a sudden some guard comes this way and swipes the ball from me. I don't see it. My eyes to the rim saves me so many opportunities, or creates so many opportunities for me to make plays for me and my teammates. And it saves me from bad situations all the time. I could go on and on about that one. Well, how do we train that in games? One of our favorite ones is 3-on-3 kick out, where we're 3-on-3, and every time a player catches the ball right here, their eyes have to go to the rim or it's a violation. You could do that 5-on-5, you could do that 2-on-2. One of the best things you can do as a coach is not just blow the whistle to call fouls, blow the whistle to teach habits. A player catches the ball out here and they put their head down, it's a turnover. Look, players want to play offense. If they're turning it over every single time that they don't peek at the rim, guess what habit they're gonna build? They're gonna build the habit of peeking at the rim every time. So that's the first one. That's the what peek, that's the why, because of all the opportunities we just outlined right there, and there's a couple ways that you can train it in your practice every day. The second one is stop on a dime. So many players go and they have bad stops. They drive the ball, Paul's help side defense right here, and I just go and I take off and all of a sudden I charge him. Or I come to this spot right here and I jump in the air and I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, and then I pass and I turn the ball over right here. Look, when I come in here and I'm able to stop on a dime, so I'm able to come in here and get this one right here. Look, use my fakes right here. I can find cutters right here. I can jab and get my stuff. I can and I can step through. I've got so many more options because I've got so much more time when I'm able to stop on a dime. Also, I'm able to move people when I have good body control and can stop on a dime. So when I come down and I drive the ball down here on the baseline and I go, if I hit stop on a dime, even if I still have my dribble alive, I can go again right here. So I can stop on a dime with the ball alive, or I can stop on the dime with the ball dead. I'm gonna be able to use fakes. I'm gonna be able to get people to the foul line. There's a ton of things that you're gonna be able to do when you can stop on a dime. How many times have you been frustrated because your players just charge, they travel, or they jump the pass and turn it over? Look, eliminate a bunch of those turnovers. Not just eliminate those turnovers, you're gonna create more scoring opportunities for them and for their teammates. Those are two really simple habits that can be game changers for you. Let me wrap it up by saying this. Well, how do we actually train stop on a dime? Well, anytime that a player jumps to pass, there might be a violation. And I'm not saying you can't never jump to pass, but the majority of the time, jumping to pass causes trouble. All right, well, what else? What if we go into a situation where we're playing a 3-on-3 game and every single time that a player doesn't come to a stop or doesn't stop on a dime, then it's a turnover because we want the habit of stopping on a dime. Again, going into a game might change. There might be times when you don't stop on a dime, but the truth is most players don't have the good habit of stopping on a dime. So we want to build that so that if they do have a breakaway, maybe they do go off 1 foot. But most of the time, good teams are going to have help defense there. So more often than not, they're going to have to know how to stop on a dime. So creating opportunities for them to play games where it's a turnover if they don't stop on a dime is a really, really healthy way to make sure that they're getting better body control and they're stopping on a dime. Those are just two habits. We got a lot of offensive habits. You pick yours, but if we're working on those in our player development so that when they come in, we're playing 5-on-5 and they have the skill of peaking every time, they have the skill of stopping on a dime every time, we're gonna save ourselves a lot of really bad turnovers and we're gonna create ourselves some opportunities. And let's just say that we save ourselves from 3 turnovers, which is 6 points, and we create 3 good opportunities because we stopped on a dime and brought ourselves more time, then we're gonna create, that's like a 12-point swing right there. That's a ton of games just on those habits alone. So coaches, pick your offensive habits, work on them daily, emphasize them, have good ways to teach them, and you're gonna be really glad that you did.